You know, every now and then, you come across a fact about our planet that just sounds, well, impossible. But it's absolutely true. And today, we're going to look at a comparison of scale that's really going to challenge how you see the world map.
All right, so let's just dive right in with the big question for this explainer. Could the entire contiguous United States, I'm talking all 48 states, from California clear across to Maine, actually fit inside the Sahara Desert? It sounds completely absurd, right? Let's break it down.
So, to even wrap our heads around that question, we first need to get a solid grip on the scale of something we think we know pretty well. Let's start with the familiar giant in this equation, the United States.
Okay, so the number itself is, well, it's huge. The contiguous USA covers about 8.1 million square kilometers. But let's be honest, a number that big is kind of hard to picture. So what does that massive area actually feel like?
Let's try to make that number feel real. Think about it. A non-stop flight from New York to LA takes about 6 hours. You can fly for pretty much a full workday and still be in the same country. Driving it? That's the classic week-long American road trip. This is a landmass that crosses 4 different time zones and has everything from snowy mountains to deserts of its own. It's enormous. This is the scale we're using as our yardstick.
All right, so we've got our yardstick. Now let's hop across the Atlantic and meet the other heavyweight in this comparison, the Sahara Desert.
And here's the number for the Sahara, roughly 9.2 million square kilometers. Just let that sit for a second. Remember, the US was 8.1 million.
Yeah, when you put them side by side like this, it's not even close, is it? The Sahara isn't just a little bigger. It's over 1 million square kilometers larger than the entire contiguous United States. The data just speaks for itself.
So, let's go back to that wild question we started with. The answer? It is a huge, definitive yes. You could drop the entire lower 48 states right into the Sahara, and you'd still have an area about the size of Texas left over.
But okay, knowing the numbers is one thing, right? Trying to actually picture that is a whole other ballgame. What does it even mean for a desert to operate on the scale of a continent? Because the story here is way bigger than just its size.
Because think about it, a place that massive can't just be one single thing. And that brings us to a huge myth about the Sahara. It is so much more than just a big sandbox. I mean, we all have that picture in our head, don't we? Just endless rolling sand dunes stretching to the horizon, straight out of a movie. But that popular image, it's only a tiny piece of the real story.
Okay, look at this. This is what blew my mind. Those giant sandy seas we all imagine, they're called ergs, that's only about 20% of the Sahara. The vast majority, a whopping 70%, is actually these flat, gravelly plains. You add in some rocky plateaus and even entire mountain ranges, and you realize you're looking at this incredibly diverse and complex landscape.
So, okay, it's bigger than the US, it's not all sand. Why does this actually matter beyond just being a cool fact to share? Well, it's because something this big doesn't just sit there. It's an active and powerful engine that literally affects the entire planet.
The Sahara's massive size gives it this unbelievable global reach. It's the planet's single biggest source of mineral dust. And we're not just talking about any old dust. Every year, these massive clouds of Saharan dust packed with nutrients travel all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. And you know what they do? They fertilize the Amazon rainforest. It's mind-blowing. That same dust feeds the plankton that are the foundation of the entire ocean food web, and it even plays a role in how hurricanes form.
So the big takeaway here is this. The Sahara is not some empty spot on the map. It's not a void. It's this dynamic, living, breathing part of our planet's system, connecting whole continents and ecosystems in ways we're really only just starting to appreciate. And that just leaves us with one last kind of amazing thought to chew on. This whole thing was about realizing how wrong our sense of scale can be. So if we can so easily underestimate the size, the complexity, and the sheer importance of something as gigantic as the Sahara, it really makes you wonder, right? What other earthly giants are out there, hiding in plain sight, just waiting for us to take a second look?